Hi Charlotte, I hope you're well. I thought I'd just see if I could pull up the actual sheets that you should be looking at just to give you a helping hand with it. So the sheet I have on screen now should be the one that you've got there on the why the English defeated the Spanish Armada. And you should be able to see over on this bit here, you've got 4 different reasons for why the Spanish were defeated. So leadership and planning, tactics, resources, and luck and weather. And what I've done for you is put a bunch of information in these categories already. So the first section you can see there is leadership and planning. And essentially all you need to do is go through and pick a different colour for, one on the English, one on the Spanish. Don't worry too much about grave lines, but you could just, anything to do with that specific battle, you could put in a different colour if you want to. So literally just reading through and going, okay, Philip was a stubborn and inexperienced leader. Well, that's to do with the Spanish. So I'm going to colour that colour. Medina Sidonia, also Spanish, was basically really inexperienced. I'm going to colour that in there. So what you need to do is you need to do that for all of these topics, tactics, luck and weather, and resources, to basically work out whether the fact is to do with the English or the Spanish. Because as I said, these are the kind of 4 main reasons for the Spanish defeat. So once you have gone through that sheet and you're happy with it, the sheet you then need to look at is this one here on kind of how you should go answering the question. And yes, I'm glad it wasn't clear which question it was, but it is this superior leadership question that I'd like you to have a go at. So the first thing you need to do is think about, you've been given superior leadership. You need to think about that factor plus 2 others. So that's where you've got a choice of, as per the other sheet, tactics, resources. Really, they're the 2 I'd be looking at. Weather's a bit trickier, so probably doing a paragraph on tactics and a paragraph on resources. So your introduction, you state your 2 themes in addition to the one in the question. So you'd say superior leadership was an important reason for the outcome. However, let's say you wanted to put tactics and resources were also important. You then need to decide which of the 3 you think is most important and put that here. So overall, you might decide the most important was leadership if you wanted to, as per the question. So once you've thought about that in your introduction, you need to actually do 3 PEE paragraphs, and we've got the kind of structure for what you need to do here. So 3 PEE paragraphs, 1 on leadership because that's the one in the question, and then paragraph 2 and paragraph 3 on 2 others. So you might choose to do tactics and resources. So again, once we're doing that, we're doing straightforward PEE, opening statement identifying that theme. So leadership is an important factor determining the outcome of battles in Elizabethan England. We're then going to give 2 examples, so ideally 1 English and 1 Spanish. So this is where you then go back to this sheet that we were just looking at, finding 2 examples. So we might pick one, this one here, say, as our Spanish one, and then we might decide, let's do this one here as an English one. So there are 2 examples of leadership affecting the outcome of the Armada, and you put those in this evidence section here. And then the key bit is obviously our most important bit, which is our explanation. Okay, how do these examples support your point? Leadership was therefore highly important as blah, blah, blah. So just point, evidence, explain using that other sheet that I've given you. And then you just need to repeat that process for tactics and resources, okay, I would say. So point, evidence, explain again using that information sheet. Finally, the last thing you need to do once you've done your introduction and 3 PEEs is a conclusion. And this is where you pick 1 factor that you decide is more important than the others. Did one really underlie the others? Try and think about, well, actually, yes, they had good resources, but was it because the leaders used them well? Or was it, yes, the tactics were good, but that was down to the knowledge and experience of the leaders? So try and think about if one is more important. So that's what I'd like you to do. It'd be great if you could try and get that done sort of before Easter-ish and move on to just finish the course with rich and poor. But again, if you do get stuck or need any further help, just let me know and I'll do my best. Best of luck.